Hello, and welcome to week 20, day 141 of Man vs. Violin. So today is my 141st consecutive day of violin playing. You can probably tell by my voice I've got a little bit of a cold. I've got a chest cold going on. I've had it for a couple days. But even though I've been sick and coughing up germs all over my Fiddlerman symphony violin, I've still practiced every day. So what have I been practicing? These last couple weeks, I've been practicing a song that's been kind of a challenge for me, and I don't know why. Actually, I think I do know why, and I'll talk about it after I play the piece. But the last couple weeks I've been working out of the Suzuki book, and I've been playing page 37, Etude. And this piece is kicking my violin butt. But we look at it, and it doesn't look that difficult. It's just eighth notes, and the whole piece is in eighth notes. Nothing tricky about the timing or the cadence. Pretty straightforward. In fact, it's very similar to Perpetual Motion a few pages back. So why has this piece been so difficult for me to play? In the 141 days that I've been practicing the violin, this piece has been, without a doubt, the most challenging. And it's the piece that I have the least amount of success playing correctly all the way through. So why is that? We'll talk about that after I play the piece, but first we'll go through it. For those of you who have watched my videos in the past, you'll know that I don't do multiple takes, I don't cut, I don't edit, pretty much one and done. What I play is what you hear, and that's an accurate representation of where I'm at. So that's what I want. I want these videos to show where I'm at in my violin progression. So yeah, I don't do multiple takes, I don't cut, I don't add anything, nothing like that. So with that being said, let's see how Etude sounds today. Okay, Etude. Like I said, that song is pretty challenging to me. So why am I having such a hard time with Etude? Well, I think it's because of this grouping of four notes here. So that's I'll put it a little closer, you can see it. So that's the B, that's the open D, that's the G, and the open A. So that pattern here, which repeats again here, and then picks up again here, here, and here. So there's 5 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it's going B, D, G, A. So B, D, G, and A is not an unusual transition, but for a new violin player like myself, the fingering for that is really challenging. So the note, one of the notes on the Suzuki book, it says, leave the first finger in place so your intonation will be accurate. And that's what it says right here in several different languages. Leave your first finger in place so your intonation will be accurate. Stop the bow after each note to prepare for the next one. So what that means is I'm having to keep my first finger in place and play that note, play the B, that's easy, and then transition to an open D, that's not difficult, but then playing that G on the D string and then back to an open A, it's very hard for my finger, for my ring finger, not to hit up against the A string. And that's where I'm having a problem. So I'm just going to play that section, those four notes, the B, D, G, and A. And that's all. You'll see what I mean when you hear it. So just the B, no problem. B, open D. Now sometimes my index finger is accidentally brushing against the D string, so that's causing some vibrating as well. But if I try to pull that back, but then coming back to this open A, this is where I'm having the problem with my ring finger touching the A string. And that's causing that section, that grouping of four notes, the B, D, G, and A, that's causing that to sound really bad. And the problem is that grouping happens 5 times during the song. So it requires playing it perfectly 5 times. And it's very difficult for me to do. The thing that is important to note is that transition, that B, D, G, and A, especially that playing the B and then the D and then the G and then to the open A, that's not unusual in music. You see that transition a lot. So for example, I've been practicing Blue Moon of Kentucky, and so let's just listen to a piece of Blue Moon of Kentucky. So that has that exact same problem, that same transition from the B, the D, G to the A. You see that in Blue Moon of Kentucky as well. So that's really something I'm going to have to practice to overcome. And also going back and forth between the A and the D strings, my bowing position is not good. I have to be very exact on where I'm bowing, because if I move forward a little too much, then I end up hitting the D string. Same thing if I'm on the A string and I pull back a little too much, I end up scraping against the E string. So it's those two things that I think are the hurdles that I have to work on this song. Number one, I have to really nail that B, D, G, and A set of notes. And the other thing is, I really have to be exact, a lot more exact with my bowing. So I'm going to keep practicing this particular song until I get it down, because I think those two things are not just good things to work on, but I think they're necessary things to work on. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Right now I'm going to go take a big slug of NyQuil and get ready for bed. And thank you for watching week 20, day 141 of Man vs. Violin.